Hello student, I am Yuvraj Patil, Head of Department Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Jain Polytechnic, Belgavi. I am handling the subject Electrical Circuits, which is for Diploma second semester Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Today we'll discuss about Unit 5 Single Phase AC Circuits. The following topics are covered in this session. What is meant by inductive reactance, capacitive reactance and impedance, type of single phase AC series circuit, power factor, power triangle, series resonance, resonance frequency, quality factor and some problems. Firstly, AC circuits are different from the DC circuit. So what are the difference? First is in DC circuit only resistance will come into picture, whereas in the AC circuit in addition of resistance, capacitance and inductance will also plays a role. Secondly, the values of voltages and currents are dependent on the frequency. Thirdly, in the DC circuit we can add the current or subtract the current or voltages directly by using arithmetic operations, whereas in case of AC circuits you have to take in account of phasor angle of L and C. So what is meant by inductive reactance? Before knowing the inductive reactance, so what is meant by inductance? Inductance is the property of a coil which opposes any change in the current flowing through it. Is called inductance, and the SI unit of inductance is Henry. Inductive reactance XL, the opposition offered by an inductive coil to the flow of an alternating current through it due to its inductance, and it is given by XL equal to 2 pi FL, and the SI unit of inductive reactance is ohm. Capacitive reactance XC. Before capacitive reactance, what is meant by capacitance? So capacitor is a device which stores the electricity in the form of electrostatic charge. Capacitance is ability to store the charge. That is what is meant by capacitance. Capacitance is the ability of the capacitor to store the charge is called capacitance, and the SI unit is farad. So what is meant by capacitive reactance XC? The opposition offered by capacitor to the flow of an alternating current through it due to its capacitance is called capacitive reactance, and it is given by Xc equal to 1 divided by 2 pi Fc, where F is the supply frequency and C is the capacitance in farads. The SI unit of capacitive reactance is ohm. Impedance Z, the total opposition offered to the flow of an alternating current due to resistance, inductive reactance and capacitive reactance is called impedance, and it is denoted by Z, and the SI unit of impedance is ohm. Next, type of single phase AC series circuit. First, resistive circuit. Consider a resistor which is connected in series with the supply voltage E. Because of the supply voltage E, the current I will flows, and there will be voltage drop I into R will appear across the resistance R, where E is the applied voltage, R is the resistance, and IR is the voltage drop across resistance R. See the phasor. Phasor diagram is drawn with respect to the current. Because this is connected in series, the current remain same. So the voltage drop across resistance is in series, that is in phase with the current, therefore E equal to I into R. Here the opposition offered in the circuit is only because of the resistance, hence Z equal to R, therefore I equal to E by Z. Next, RL series circuit. Consider a resistance R which is connected in series with the inductor across a voltage of E volt. VR is the voltage drop across the resistance R, and VL is the voltage across the inductance. Now vector diagram, how to draw the vector diagram? First we have to take current as a reference, because in the series circuit there will be no change in the current, hence the current is taken as a reference. Next, the voltage drop across the resistance R is in phase with the current I, and it is represented by OA, vector OA. Next, the voltage drop across the inductor VL, that is equal to I into XL, which is 90 degree with the current, hence it is represented as a vector AB, and the resultant vector OB is nothing but the applied voltage. It is a vector sum of OA and OB. From the vector diagram, the value of resultant voltage, that is OB, equal to square root of OA square plus AB square. OA is nothing but VR square plus AB square is nothing but VL square, that is equal to E equal to square root of VR square plus VL square. Now E equal to substitute value of VR and VL, as VR value is I into R and VL value is I into XL. So E equal to square root of I R square plus I XL the whole square. So take I as a common, and which is taken out of the square root, so it will become what? E equal to I into square root of R square plus XL square. So the term R square plus XL is nothing but what? It is the impedance. Hence the impedance of RL series circuit is Z equal to square root of R square plus XL square. So it is opposition due to the resistance and the inductive reactance. Now E equal to I into Z, therefore I equal to E by Z. The power consumed by RL series circuit is P equal to EI cos phi. That is, cos phi is the power factor that will study in the next topic. So now from the vector diagram you can see the angle phi. This angle phi is called as a phasor angle here, and it is proved that the from the vector diagram the current lags the voltage by an angle phi. The current lags the voltage by an angle phi. Hence in an inductive circuit the current always lags the voltage by an angle phi. Now in the wave diagram you can see voltage, that is first one is the voltage and second is dotted line is the current, hence the current lags the voltage by an angle phi. The phase angle phi can be determined from the vector diagram, that is tan phi is equal to VL divided by VR. VL divided by VR. So VL is nothing but I into XL, whereas VR is I into R. So I and I will get cancelled. So tan phi is equal to XL divided by R. XL divided by R. Next, RC series circuit. Consider a circuit diagram. R, resistance R is connected in series with the capacitor C across a voltage of E supply. Let VR is the voltage drop across the resistance R, and VC is the voltage drop across the capacitance C. So VR is equal to I into R, whereas VC equal to I into XC. Now, how to draw the vector diagram? This vector diagram is also called as a phasor diagram. We have to take a current as a reference, because in the series circuit there will be no change in the current, that is, current remain constant. The voltage of VR is in phase with the current, and it is represented by a vector OA. Next, the voltage of VC, which is lag behind 90 degree to the current, hence it is drawn by the vector AB. That is, the VC is not lag, it is lead behind the voltage, that is by 90 degree, and it is drawn by the vector AB. And the resultant voltage, that is the applied voltage, is the vector sum of OA plus OB, that is E equal to I into Z. Now, from the vector diagram, OB is equal to OA square root of OA square plus AB square, that is OB is nothing but E, that is E equal to square root of VR square plus VC square. VR is nothing but I into R, VC equal to I into XC. So I we have taken outside of the square root, so E equal to I square root of R square plus XC square. So the constant square root of R square plus XC square is nothing but what? It is the impedance. Hence the impedance Z equal to square root of R square plus XC square when the circuit is the RC series circuit, capacitive circuit. Therefore E equal to applied voltage E equal to I into Z, and current is I equal to E by Z. The power consumed by the circuit is P equal to EI cos phi. From the vector diagram, it is proved that for the capacitive circuit, the current leads the voltage. Current leads the voltage by an angle phi. And it is shown in the wave diagram. You can see the dotted line is the current waveform, and whereas the dark line is the voltage. You can see the current leads the voltage by an angle phi. So this phi angle can be determined from the vector diagram, that is tan phi is equal to minus of VC divided by VR, that is equal to minus of XC divided by R. So this is the angle tan phi we can determine from the vector diagram. So in the capacitive circuit, you have to remember the current leads the voltage by an angle phi. Next, RLC series circuit. Consider resistance R is connected in series with the inductance and capacitor. VR is the voltage drop across the resistance, VL is the voltage drop across the inductance, and VC is the voltage drop across the capacitance. By seeing the vector diagram is always drawn with respect to the current I, that we know. Next, in the vector diagram, OA represents the voltage drop VR, and AB represents the VL minus VC, that is nothing but the voltage of inductor and capacitance, and OB is nothing but the vector sum of VR plus VL minus VC. From the vector diagram, you have to find out the voltage, what is the voltage value, and impedance. OB is equal to square root of OA square plus AB square. E equal to square root of OA square is nothing but VR the whole square plus AB square is nothing but VL minus VC the whole square. So E equal to square root of IR square plus IXL minus IXC the whole square. So E equal to, you have to take I as a common and outside of the square root. So E equal to I square root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. See, if XL value is greater than XC, then the impedance is square root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square, and the circuit power factor is always lagging because the inductance value is more. Next, if XC is greater than XL, then the impedance equation changes, that is Z equal to square root of R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. Therefore, I equal to E by Z, power consumed by the RLC circuit is same as P equal to EI cos phi. You can see the phasor diagram here. We have considered as a lagging power factor because we have considered as a XL as the greater value. If there is a XL is a greater value, then there is a lagging power factor. So phi, you can see the dark line is the voltage and the dotted line is the current, so it is lag behind by angle phi, and the phi angle you know how to calculate. Tan phi is equal to VL minus VC the whole square divided by VR, that is nothing but you will get XC minus XL minus XC divided by R. This is about the series RLC series circuit. See, if the circuit is only resistive, then the impedance is equal to the resistance. If the circuit is only contain the resistance and inductance, then the impedance is Z equal to square root of R square plus XL square. If the circuit is capacitive and resistor, then the impedance value is Z equal to square root of R square plus XC square. If the circuit is RLC circuit, then the impedance value is R square root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square when it is XL value is greater than XC. If XC value is greater than XL, that time Z equal to square root of XC minus XL the whole square. Power factor and its types. So power factor, it is denoted by cos phi, and it is defined as the cosine of angle between voltage and current, that is cos phi, or it is the ratio of resistance to the impedance, or it is the ratio of true power to the apparent power. So there are four types of the power factors. First one is unity power factor, lagging power factor, leading power factor, and zero power factor. So first, unity power factor. In a pure resistive circuit, current is in phase with applied voltage, that is the angle between current and voltage is zero. You can see the voltage and current both are in same phase, so angle between voltage and current is 0, so cos 0 is 1, hence the power factor as a 1. So the resistive circuit has a power factor 1. Next is lagging power factor. If current in a circuit lags the applied voltage by certain angle, then that circuit is said to be have a lagging power factor. You can see, refer the figure 2 here. Red is the voltage, whereas the black color is the back sine wave is the current. So you can see the current lags the voltage by an angle phi, hence the inductive circuits as having a lagging power factor. Next is leading power factor. If current in a circuit leads the voltage by an angle then that circuit is said to be have a leading power factor. You can see here the current is leading the voltage by an angle phi. Hence, the capacitive circuit has leading power factor. Next, what is meant by zero power factor? If current in the circuit leads or lags the applied voltage exactly by 90 degree, then the circuit is said to be having a zero power factor. If the power factor angle is 90 degree, cos 90 is nothing but 0. The pure energy stored by the pure inductor and the pure capacitor is a 0. So always remember, the maximum value of power factor is 1. Next, power triangle. So power triangle indicates the relation among apparent power, true power and reactive power. What is meant by apparent power? Then it is apparent power, it is denoted as S. It is the product of RMS value of applied voltage and the circuit current. So S equal to V into I. Next, active power or true power, or also it is called as a real power. The power which is actually consumed or utilized in an AC circuit is called true power or active power or real power. So P equal to VI cos phi. Next, reactive power Q. It is the power developed in a inductive or capacitive reactance of the circuit, and it is given by Q equal to VI sin phi. You can see the power triangle. Circuit is said to be a resonance when the inductive reactance is equal to the capacitive reactance. That is series resonance. When Xc equal to XL, that time the circuit becomes resonance. Or when the impedance is equal to the resistance, then we can say that there is a resonance. So as we know that XL equal to 2 pi FL and Xc equal to 1 divided by 2 pi FC. At resonance, XL equal to Xc, that is Z equal to R. Therefore current I equal to E by R. Resonance frequency. The frequency at which the circuit become resonance is called resonance frequency. So in the when the circuit is resonance, that time XL equal to Xc. So XL equal to 2 pi FL and Xc equal to 1 divided by 2 pi FC. So F and F get multiplied, that will become what? F square equal to 1 divided by 4 pi square LC. So F, you remove the square root, F equal to square root of 1 divided by 4 pi square LC. Therefore Fr equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root LC, or omega R equal to 1 divided by root LC. Hence resonance frequency Fr equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of LC. Quality factor. It is the reciprocal of power factor is called quality factor or Q factor. It is also defined as it is the ratio of inductive reactance to the resistance, that is Q equal to XL divided by R, where XL equal to 2 pi FL, Q equal to 2 pi FL divided by R, where XL is the inductive reactance, F is the frequency, L is the inductance and R is the resistance. We will discuss about some problems. An AC circuit consists of resistance of 10 ohm, so R they have given as a 10 ohm, an inductance of 0.1 Henry, though L has given as a 0.1 Henry, and the capacitance of 50 microfarad, capacitance also they have given 50 microfarad, It is connected to an AC supply of 250 volt voltage E equal to, they have given 200 volt. 50 hertz is the supply frequency. F they have given. Find the impedance Z, we have to find out. Current I, power factor and power. So they have given the inductance and the capacitance value. First we have to find out the inductive reactance and capacitive reactance. As we know that inductive reactance XL equal to 2 pi FL. So substitute the value of frequency and inductance. 2 pi into F is the 50 hertz and L is the 0.1 Henry. So you will get XL equal to 31.41 ohm. XC equal to 1 by 2 pi FC, where F is the, substitute the value of F and C, that is 1 divided by 2 pi into 50 into 10 raised to minus 6. This 10 raised to minus 6 is because of what? It is a 50 microfarad. So you will get XC as 63.66 ohm. Since XC value is greater than XL, hence the impedance Z equal to square root of R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. So as we know the R value, they are given as R value as 10 ohm. So 10 square plus 63.66 minus 31.41 the whole square. So you will get Z as 33.76 ohm. So impedance we have calculated. We know the value of impedance, we know the value of voltage. So directly you can calculate the current. I equal to E by Z, that is 250 divided by 33.76. You will get the current I equal to 7.40. You know the power factor. Power factor formula is PF equal to R by Z, that is R value is 10 ohm and Z value is 33.76. So power factor equal to 0.296, leading, because the XC value is greater than the XL, hence the power factor is leading. Next, power consumed. We know the formula for the power consumed. P equal to EI cos phi. So E is 250, whereas I is 7.40. Cos phi is nothing but power factor. It is 0.296. So power you will get 547.98 watt. Second, an AC series circuit consists of 10 ohm resistors, R they have given as a 10 ohm, 0.05 Henry inductance also they have given 0.05 Henry. Next, 100 microfarad capacitance they have given 100 microfarad. If the voltage applied to the circuit is 200, voltage they have given 200. 60 hertz is the supply frequency. Find the impedance, current, power factor, apparent power, true power and reactive power. They have given the value of L and C. They have not given the inductive reactance and the capacitive reactance. So we have to find out the XL value. XL equal to 2 pi FL. Substitute the value of F and L. 2 pi into 60 into 0.05. So XL equal to 18.84 ohm. XC equal to 1 divided by 2 pi FC. So 1 divided by 2 pi into 60 into capacitor value is 100 into 10 raised to minus 6. It is 100 microfarad. So XC capacitive reactance you will get 26.52. Next, by considering the XL and XC value, here XC value is greater than the XL, hence the impedance Z equal to square root of R square plus XC minus XL the whole square, that is equal to square root of 10 square plus 26.52 minus 18.84 square. So Z value will get as a 12.61 ohm. As we know the value of voltage, that is 200, and the impedance Z is 12.61, so we can calculate current. I equal to E by Z, that is 200 divided by 12.61, so current you will get 15.85 ampere. Next, power factor, R by Z. So R is 10, Z is 12.61, therefore power factor cos pi equal to 0.79 lead, because the capacitance value, that is in capacitive reactance, is greater than the inductive reactance, then the circuit becomes capacitive. For the capacitive circuit, the power factor is leading. Apparent power, you know that S equal to E into I, 200 into 15.85, you will get 3170 watt. True power P equal to EI cos phi, 200 into 15.85 into 0.79. So P equal to, that is true power or real power, is 2505.3 watt. Next, reactive power Q equal to EI sin phi. So we have to find out the sin phi, as we know that cos phi equal to 0.79. So phi equal to cos inverse of 0.79. So phi equal to 0.65 degree. Hence cos phi, substitute the phi angle in the sin phi. So sin of 0.65 equal to 61.613. Sin phi value is 0.613. Substitute in the reactive power equation. So Q equal to 200 into 15.85 into 0.613. So you will get as a reactive power Q equal to 1943.5 watt. Next, an RLC series circuit, R equal to 40 ohm, L equal to 100 millihenry, C equal to 100 picofarad. Find the resonant frequency. It is connected to 200 volt 50 hertz supply. And second, you have to find out the current. So they have mentioned here resistance value, they have mentioned inductance value, they have mentioned, and capacitance value they have mentioned. So resonant frequency, direct formula you have to use, Fr equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of LC. Substitute the value of L and C, that is 100 into 10 to the minus 3 into 100 into 10 to the minus 12, because it is a picofarad. Pico is nothing but minus 12. So Fr you will get 50.32 kilohertz. So current we have to find out, I equal to E by Z. So here in the case of the, when the circuit is resonance, that time Z equal to R. So E by R, I equal to E by R. So I equal to 200 divided by 40. So you will get current as a I equal to 5 ampere. So today we will completed this topic. For more details, you subscribe my channel, share and also like my channel, and any suggestion please comment. So thank you.